here's some lower back exercises that I'm sure anyone can do and implement into their program because they don't need any kind of specialty equipment to go over them. So if someone goes, oh, my gym has this really cool back extension machine, I'd recommend it, but not everyone has access to that machine. So I'm going to recommend some things that I know everyone will be able to have access to. Back attack machine, which is basically the machine I was just talking about. Everyone will not have access to this, okay? Unfortunately, because it's a great machine. But if you have some sort of power rack or just 2 points to anchor something on, you just tie a band to one side, tie the safety so it's at your hip, loop the band around the back of your neck, and boom, you have a modified back attack machine. It's not 100% like the actual machine because it is band resistance versus weight. However, it gets the job done. Then we have the power pole harness, and I promise this is the last thing that you will not have access to. This is a harness made by Lexan Ironworks. I got it. I recommend it for everything I've used right now. It has, like, no pun intended, but a pole coming out of the front, and the further away I find you put the weight, the more it hits the lower back. And the closer you put it, the more it hits the glutes and hamstrings, although it does still hit the lower back. There's no way to isolate these muscle groups because they're all going to work in isolation with this harness. However, I just find you emphasize more things depending on where you put the weight. So this is a great option if you do have access to this piece of equipment. Jefferson curls are great for your lower back. You could do them with barbells. You can do them with dumbbells. Now, Jefferson curls are where you are going to want to stand on an elevated platform, and you're going to want to intentionally round your back while keeping your legs straight, which sounds really dangerous because it is if you're using a lot of weight. So you want to build up very slow. This is an exercise that's used to help you through bending and extending of your back. So you're not keeping your back rigid like you would with typical exercises. Now, this is great if you've always been doing exercises where your lower back is staying rigid because it's helping you build mobility in that area. Then we have band good mornings. You simply loop the band around your neck, put the other parts under your feet, and do as many reps as you can. I've done anywhere as high as sets of 100. Now, this is like the back attack, but if you don't have something to anchor your body and the band, this is another great option. Then you have Chinese planks. You're going to need 2 benches or just 2 things to prop your body off of. You need one for your feet and one for your shoulder/neck area. Now, depending on where you're putting the bench that's on the upper part of your body will hit different muscle groups. This can hit your hamstrings as well, but it most likely will be hitting your lower back, especially if you're weak in that area. Now, I like to also put weight on my chest sometimes if I'm using this as a primary movement as opposed to something like in my warm-up, which I've been doing a lot of, but you can program it however you want. And then, I don't think these things need to be said, but good mornings, hyperextensions, reverse hypers, those are the more common exercises you'll see for your lower back.